and welcome to Austin, Texas, home of Texas Roller Derby. I'm Kate or Die.
And I'm Greta Ground and Pound, and we have a very exciting bout for you this evening. We have the Holy Rollers versus Las Putas del Fuego. This is a repeat of last year's playoff bout.
The Putas beat the Holy Rollers and then went on to win the whole shebang, the championship.
Yeah, we're super excited to see how this one plays out. They've been going back and forth for quite a few years. So stay tuned for the hottest show in Texas.
Coming out onto the track now, it's Las Putas del Fuego, the 2014 champions. Captain Corazon, Picante, co-captain, Like a Boss, Hustle Puff, Rasta Fury, Sabotage, Putahantas, Juicy Cooter, Smitey Mouse, alternate Lois Slayin, alternate Bad Apple, alternate Knockout, alternate Gnarly Carly, bench manager Dot Stoevsky.
Welcome to the track, the Holy Rollers. Captain, Prissy Galore. Co-captain, LB Back. Anita Confess. Attila the Nun. Candy Slam, Dyer's Eve, Ghetto Star Galactica, Hermione Danger, Lacey Bones, Hispanic Panic, alternates for the Holy Rollers, Zara Problem, bench manager, Bible Thumper.
Welcome to Austin, Texas. We've got about a Texas roller derby just starting for you. The Holy Rollers versus Las Putas del Fuego. If you are new to the sport, keep an eye on the skaters with the stars on their helmets. Those are the jammers and the only skaters on the track who can score points. Right now, Like a Boss in black is your lead jammer. That means she has the strategic advantage of being able to call off the jam at any time by placing her hands on her hips. The way to score points, break through the pack as Like a Boss has done. Lap the pack, and the second time through, she's getting a point for every opposing skater that she passes. Prissy Galore is the jammer for the Holy Rollers. She did not make it around in time to score points. That is 3 points for Las Putas del Fuego, 0 points for the Holy Rollers.
Hermione Danger jamming for the Holy Rollers up against Hustle Puff for Las Putas del Fuego. Both of these jammers extremely good at what they do.
Yeah, they're really fast.
Woo, Hustle Puff right around that top side, and she is your lead jammer. It looks like Hermione Danger made it out, but she's got to correct herself. She was not clean.
Yes, it's illegal to advance around any of the skaters on the infield, so she had to go back and correct herself.
And here comes Hustle Puff coming in hot. We've got some Putas in the back making a wop. Ooh, and Attila goes to rail. Hustle Puff gets by on the high side. Man, she is so fast and so little. Hustle Puff calls it off. 2 points for Las Putas del Fuego, 0 points for the Holy Rollers.
Candy Slam is jamming for the Holy Rollers. Smitey Mouse is jamming for Las Putas del Fuego.
I'm pretty sure the last time the Holy Rollers played, Candy Slam scored the majority of the Holy Rollers
She
points.
sure did.
Ooh, everybody goes down. Both jammers down in the back there. Oh, Candy almost makes it out, but she is got, man.
Smitey Mouse getting caught up on Lacey Bones, but Lacey Bones hits the ground.
Lacey Bones is such a good pivot.
She's fantastic.
She's a veteran pivot, good at what she does.
Both jammers are out of the pack. Smitey Mouse hot on Candy's tail.
The pack is scrambling to get position again. Looks like the Holy Rollers have a wall in front, but the Putas have a nice little wall in the back. Candy Slam coming in first. We've got some people down over on that high side, and Rasta takes her to the rail.
We had a lead change in there. 2 points for Las Putas del Fuego, 1 point for the Holy Rollers.
Hermione Danger jamming for the Holy Rollers up against Knockout jamming for Las Putas del Fuego. This is one of Knockout's first games. She's a rookie alternate.
She sure is. She comes to us from a flat track league, so she's definitely got some experience.
All right, well, it just shows she is out first. Hermione Danger scrambling to get back up and make it through the pack, and Knockout is on her way to point scoring position.
Knockout's coming around the track. She'll have to be smart here. She'll need to make her points and then call it off.
Yeah, and that is a swirly, twirly type pack. Ooh, Ghetto Star taking her to the rail. That hurt. And now Prissy. Ooh, nice!
Oh.
Ghetto! Oh,
Knockout calls it off.
Attila the Nun.
2 points for Las Putas del Fuego, 0 points for the Holy Rollers. Candy Slam jamming for the Holy Rollers, and it looks like Bad Apple's coming in from way behind for Las Putas del Fuego. Yes, look at her run on her skates. That takes some skill.
Who is Bad Apple? Candy Slam right on her ass. She's going to show her how we do it here at TXRD. Oh, man, this pack is all sorts of spread out.
Bad Apple gets in, gets her point, calls it off. That is 2 points for Las Putas del Fuego, 0 points for the Holy Rollers. Hermione Danger jamming for the Holy Rollers, Hustlepuff jamming for Las Putas del Fuego.
Ooh, man. Hustlepuff tried to break up that wall, and she just bounced right off Attila. Woohoo! There goes Hermione right around the top.
Hermione's her lead jammer.
Oh, man. Hustlepuff almost tripping over Lacey Bones. Barely getting around those two, Lacey Bones and Candy Slam. Oh, she's still in the pack. She was dirty.
She was dirty, yeah, but she also got knocked while she was on the inside, which is illegal. You're not allowed to hit a skater who's out of bounds, so we'll see if that gets called.
The Holy Rollers caught Sab in the back, allowing
a goat.
Hermione to easily score a point. Hermione calls it off. 2 points for the Holy Rollers, 0 points for Las Putas del Fuego.
We have got a minor penalty on the Holy Rollers for Anita Confess for advancement around the back.
Anita, darling. Why don't you do a push cart?
All right, we had a minor penalty on Anita Confess. She advanced around the pack, so she has spun a push cart race. This is pretty simple. The person in the front has to sit, and they can't move their feet and make themselves skate any faster. It's all about the person pushing the push cart.
And you cannot let go of your partner.
2-lap race.
Sometimes there's blocking.
Sometimes there is. The Holy Rollers win that race, so they keep a point. They do not lose the point for cheating. Prissy Galore jamming for the Holy Rollers up against Bad Apple for Las Putas del Fuego.
Oh, man.
Ho, hey, ho!
Dude, Anita Confess breaking up that puta wall, knocking him down.
Oh, smack.
And man, Prissy Galore just hijacks her way to the front. That was beautiful, beautiful assisting by Anita Confess.
It's going down for real.
And it looks like Knockout having a problem getting through there. She's going to sit back and block. Rasta using her to block Prissy, and Rasta taking her to the rail.
That's what we call a boomerang.
Boomerang, baby. Prissy made it through the pack. She's not going to catch up with these runaway putas. And Knockout staying on Prissy's tail.
Good for her.
Man, this pack is all over the place. It's a split pack, basically. But the putas are about to catch up with these rollers.
Uh-oh.
Here comes
Here
Prissy.
Here it is. Juicy Cooter.
Cooter taking her to the rail. 2 points for the Holy Rollers. 0 points for Las Putas del Fuego.
Two major penalties. The first one on Bad Apple, the jammer for the Putas del Fuego, for advancement. The second one on the Holy Rollers for Anita Confess for pushing down the blockers to open up the path for her jammer.
Candy, they're going to go straight to the Duncan Children's Law Firm penalty box. We will receive what they're going to call.
Prissy Galore jamming for the Holy Rollers up against Sabotage, who is jamming for the Putas del Fuego. If you'll notice, each team is one blocker down because of 2 major penalties. So this is a reskate. Sabotage had to go to the back to jam for her jammer.
Yes, Bad Apple had a major for advancing.
Naughty. Anita just took everybody out by pushing.
So
but it looked pretty awesome.
It looked awesome, but it's totally not legal or safe.
And here we go. This pack is a running. Right now, the jammers are just going to skate to try to score as many points as they can. If the Holy Rollers can get in front of the Putas and stop them, then they can score some points. But
I'm confused about what Sab's doing. She's not trying to get out or score any points. I'm not sure what's happening.
I think a lot of people are confused about this.
What's happening right now? Yeah.
A lot of people are confused about this jam right now. Prissy looking very tired, just going through the motions there.
This is just a break, I guess, for both of them. I don't understand.
Looks like the Holy Rollers are going to try something here.
See, that...
And, oh, man, nice backwards block by Rasta Fury. 2 points for the Holy Rollers and 0 points for Las Putas del Fuego.
Who are you going to call out specifically?
I'm looking at Sabotage tonight.
Looking at Sabotage, going to like crush those bones?
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely. Sounds like there's going to be a little pain in Sabotage's future.
I'm going to get her some ice for tomorrow.
But yeah, this is my first real game with my team.
Excellent. And how does that feel?
We're having a whole lot of fun.
Having a whole lot of fun. How does it feel having 6 alternates with you this evening?
It's super great. They offer a lot of positive energy. They're really gung-ho.
They're very eager.
They're so eager. And, you know, we want to give them as much opportunity to skate as possible so other teams can pick them up so they can all see what they're made of. So if the score goes one way or another drastically, you'll see a lot more of our guns tonight.
All right. So how do you feel about this game so far?
I feel like we really used that first quarter to figure out what their whole plan was while scoring within 1 point of them. Thing is, their lineup isn't used to working as a team as much because there's so many hired guns.
There's a lot.
There's an awful lot.
Like 6.
It means their veterans are going to be wicked tired by quarter 3.
It is the second quarter of Texas Roller Derby, Las Putas del Fuego versus the Holy Rollers. Candy Slam jamming for the Holy Rollers, Lois Land jamming for Las Putas del Fuego. Now the jammers are the skaters with the stars on their helmets. Keep an eye on them. They're the only skaters on the track who can score points. So right now Lois Land is hanging back to correct herself. Candy Slam has broken out of the pack and is the lead jammer. The object is to get out of the pack, lap the pack, and the second time through, the jammer is going to get a point for every opposing skater that they pass. So the pack, when it's functioning as a pack, right now they're all spread out.
All over the place.
All over the place. They're playing offense and defense at the same time. Candy Slam is scoring points right now. Some of the Putas are running. That's one strategy that skaters have to avoid being a point, is to just run away. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But right now it seems to be working, except Candy Slam is in the back. Picante just knocking Candy Slam up to the rail.
Doing what she do.
She is so strong. Lois Land still in the pack, didn't make it out. Time runs out in that jam. That is 5 points for the Holy Rollers, 0 points for Las Putas del Fuego. Prissy Galore jamming for the Holy Rollers. Hustlepuff is jamming for Las Putas del Fuego. Both skaters starting a little back behind the jam line. Holy smokes.
Prissy just pushing Boss down. Was that on purpose? I don't know.
I'm going to say yes.
Could have been. And she has got her momentum back, trying to push through the pack. And
Boss!
Boss is like, hello. And Hustlepuff having a hell of a time getting around Attila. Man, look at that pack. It's just like a boiling pot of water.
That's so awesome.
Dude,
this is the kind of pack I like to
Hustlepuff getting
see.
wrecked in that pack, and everyone's hitting Boss. Attila, Panic.
Prissy
one
has
after
made it
the
out.
other.
Yeah, Prissy's her lead jammer. She's got enough time to get around as long as the Holy Rollers keep the pack slow.
Dude, Hustlepuff cannot find her way out. She just gets getting railed.
It's pretty rare that
We've got
see
some
that.
players going down. Here comes
Eva
Prissy.
needs to look behind her. That is the jammer.
Here comes Prissy. Hustle is now dropped back to block, and Prissy getting around Hustle with ease. A nice whip from Panic. Time runs out. 0 points for Las Putas del Fuego. 3 points for the Holy Rollers. Jam it, Janet. Jamming for the Holy Rollers up against Smitey Mouse, jamming for Las Putas del Fuego. Looks like they're being very cautious coming into the pack this time. Ooh, Anita taking out Cooter to the inside. And there goes Jam It Janet. She is your lead jammer. Got a smile on her face. All right, and let's get this Puta jammer, Smitey Mouse, trying to get out of the pack, and she whips around the outside. Is she going to make it? Oh, man,
Not
Candy
so much.
Slam taking her out.
Good grief.
She's such a great blocker. Candy's such a great blocker. Here comes Jam It. trying to get around Slowest Lane. Jammet getting stuck
man,
behind.
that's beautiful
Ooh,
defense.
very nice. Looks like Smighty Mouse was blocking there.
Yeah.
She has not made it out of the pack yet, so Jammet can potentially score some points on this round.
Rasta Fury hitting the ground becomes a point, unfortunately.
Oh man,
for
it looks
Las
like
Putas.
Jammet is gonna go in. Oh, calling it off. Jammet calls it off. 4 points for the Holy Rollers, 0 points for Las Putas del Fuego.
Okay, I've got a 2-for-1 special for you tonight. We've got a major and a minor, both on the Holy Rollers. I'll start with the major first. It's going to be on Candy Slam for illegal engagement, failure to take a stroke prior to blocking against the jammer. Next, the minor is going to be on Ghetto Star Galactica for holding the jammer.
You're gonna do not that, or that, or that. Oh, you're gonna do a tug of war! Yeah!
All right, so we had a minor penalty on Ghetto Star Galactica of the Holy Rollers for holding. And it looks like she's going up against Picante in the tug of war. Neither one has crossed the white line. Picante is trying to pull Ghetto Star across. Both these ladies are on the ground. It
this
is
is
a fight
exciting.
to the death in the tug of war.
Both of these women are so strong.
And they're not giving up. What is going to happen, ladies and gentlemen? People are on their feet for this tug of war.
Yes.
And Picante takes it. She takes that point from the Holy Rollers.
Much needed for Las Putas del Fuego. Jammet Janet jamming for the Holy Rollers. Smighty Mouse jamming for Las Putas del Fuego.
These two have been jamming up against each other quite a few times tonight.
Yeah.
Oh man, that was
Ho,
some
ho,
awesome teamwork in the back by the Putas. Basically taking the whole pack out and giving Smighty Mouse the upper hand.
Now, you saw Anita Confess be really close to Smighty Mouse, but she was 20 feet away from the pack, so she wasn't allowed to block her. She was only allowed.
Ooh.
Oh, my goodness.
Dude, Anita Confess just blocked Rasta Fury in the back.
That's not legal.
That did not look soft.
Yeah.
And Jammet Janet is made it out of the pack once again.
But Smighty is still your lead jammer, so she can
Smighty
call
is
it
your
off
lead
at any
jammer,
point.
yes. She's trying to get around the pack here. Oh man, Lacey Bones taking her to the rail. 5 points for Las Putas del Fuego, 0 points for the Holy Rollers.
Okay, I have got a major penalty on the Putas del Fuego. Where we like the tough contact, sometimes you can get a little bit too much. So we've got a major penalty on Juicy Cooter for unsportswomanlike conduct.
We have Hermione Danger jamming for the Holy Rollers up against Knockout jamming for the Putas. Hermione Danger comes in hard to her own team, almost pushing him down, and both jammers are out in front.
And you'll notice the Putas are skating one down. There was a major penalty on the last jam. Juicy Cooter got called for unsportswomanlike conduct. We're definitely going to talk to her at the half and find out what that was all about.
Look how low Knockout is getting when she comes around the corner. She kind of takes her and the other jammer out. 3 points for the Holy Rollers, 1 point for Las Putas del Fuego. Like a Boss jamming for Las Putas del Fuego up against Candy Slam, jamming for the Holy Rollers. We are running out of time in this half, so these points are going to count. Boss just puts her hands up, tries to hand the panty off to the pivot, and she is not successful. Looks like Candy Slam is now going to take her chance and be your lead jammer. Oh, there we go. Husslepuff taking the jammer panty from Boss. Husslepuff is now your lead jammer. This can only be done when a jammer hands the panty off to the pivot.
And to be clear, Candy Slam is still the lead jammer. Husslepuff is just the jammer for Las Putas del Fuego.
Yes, and Candy Slam calling it off before Hustle can break through that Holy Roller wall.
Oh my goodness.
2 points for the Holy Rollers, 0 points for Las Putas del Fuego.
Okay, I have got a minor penalty on the Putas del Fuego. on P. Conte for illegal engagement, blocking outside of the engagement zone, 20 feet.
How dare you? Breaking the rules. Rule breaker. It's a 2-lap duel!
We have a minor on Las Putas del Fuego against Picante for illegal engagement. She has to do a 2-lap duel against the rookie, Janet.
This is going to be good.
This is going to be good, you guys. Basically, both of these skaters have to make it around the track 2 times, and there has to be physical contact. One of these broads has got to hit the track.
One or more.
One or more need to hit this track, and there could be some wrestling, there could be some kicking, some biting, some screaming.
We are lucky.
And they are off. Looks like Jamet's going to take it first. She's going to grab on a P, and P is not going to let her go, I guarantee you. Trying to get her down. Jamet, whoa, she's a tree trunk. Picante getting her down. It is a wrestling match. One of these girls have got to get up and take off. Looks like P is out of it. Picante on her way to victory. Can Jamet catch up with her? Ooh, Mama Puta's got to turn them jets on because Jamet is hot on her tail.
Yes, she is, or else we're going to start another fight.
Oh, man. Oh, dude. Who won that?
I think Janet was out of bounds when she crossed the line.
What are the refs going to say? What are the refs going to say? They are going to give it to the Holy Rollers. The Holy Rollers have won that penalty. Sabotage jamming for Las Putas del Fuego up against Prissy Galore. Once again jamming for the Holy Rollers.
Oh,
man. Sab trips Prissy and then takes herself out.
That's a shame.
Ooh, Cooter barely missing Prissy, and Sab sneaking by on the inside. Looks like Prissy is going to take that little hint and sneak by. Oh, she is dirty. Prissy is dirty. She's going to come back into the pack. Ooh, nice little hit by knockout there.
My goodness.
Prissy is your lead jammer. Sabotage having a hell of a time getting past these Holy Rollers. Zara Problem really keeping her eye on things. Hispanic Panic. Nice and slow, and here comes the Holy Roller Jammer getting around her pack very easily.
And the runaway Putas catching up to the pack, and that ends up being 2 points for the Holy Rollers, 0 points for Las Putas del Fuego. It is the halftime here in Austin, Texas. Now, this game is pretty amazing. Las Putas del Fuego came out really strong in the first quarter, but the Holy Rollers really kicked it up in the second quarter.
We're going to talk to some girls during halftime and get their thoughts on tonight's game.
A major penalty for unsportswomanlike conduct. Tell me about that.
She made me mad. She pushed my jammer illegally, and so I had to get her back because she's dirty.
So tell me who she was.
Anita confessed, that dirty bitch.
First quarter, you came on really strong. Second quarter, the Holy Rollers kind of took over.
Yeah.
What is the plan for second half?
We're just going to come back, and we're going to go, and we're going to get the front, and we're going to remain together and have strong walls and keep those girls from scoring.
How are the hits?
Oh, well, illegal, first off. I don't know if you saw me take a big one to the
I
face.
did. I saw that. So did you really get hit in the mouth, or are you faking it?
Oh, no, I got owned in the face. But she didn't get a penalty for that, I guess. I don't know.
Who was that, boss?
Of course it was boss.
What are you going to do about it?
Win.
So tell me what feels different. What do you feel like you're lacking?
I just got it's more equipment based. My plate's coming off of my skate. So it's more that. It's more just I feel unstable. And so, but I'm just kind of trying to trust it. But weird things happen where like my skate got caught in somebody's t-shirt or like just weird, bizarre like things have just been happening. And that's what always happens in Holy Roller Puta games where it's like this fine balance of fun and you know what I mean?
Tell me about this Holy Roller 4-man wall that I keep seeing. Well, the name of the game is playing together. You know, we're a team. We're not 4 individuals. So we play together, we win.
Tell me that you love me too.
we are back from halftime. Woo, we had some good conversations with the girls. Let's see if these Putas can regain their lead against the Holy Rollers.
We shall see. It is the third quarter of Texas Roller Derby. Like a Boss jamming for Las Putas del Fuego. Hermione Danger jamming for the Holy Rollers. And oh my goodness, if you've never seen this sport before, you are in for a treat. Keep an eye on the skaters with the stars on their helmet. Those are the jammers that I mentioned. Like a Boss in black is out for Las Putas del Fuego. Their objective is to break through the pack like Boss has done, like a Boss, and lap the pack. The second time through, she's going to get a point for every opposing skater that she passes, as she is doing right now. So Hermione Danger is still in the pack. All of this has to be done in 60 seconds or less. Like a Boss, as the lead jammer, has the ability to call off the jam by placing her hands on her hips at any time. So right now, we've got a little bit of a split. Some of the Putas del Fuego are separate from the pack. Boss is still scoring points right now, calls it off by placing her hands on her hips. 5-point jam for Las Putas del Fuego, 0 points for the Holy Rollers.
Prissy Galore jamming for the Holy Rollers up against Husselpuff jamming for Las Putas del Fuego.
Oh, my
Husselpuff
goodness.
taking it. Prissy Galore to the rail, jammer on jammer action, just how we like it here.
So exciting.
Man, Prissy shoving her way past Sabotage, and she is your lead jammer. And those Putas trying to get up there to help Husselpuff out of the pack.
Yeah, instantly speeding up because the Putas know if they speed up, the less likely they are to be a point.
It looks like the Holy Rollers have a go. Miss Picante is stuck in back. Prissy Galore is going to make an easy point off of her.
Oh, bummer.
Calls it off. 1 point for the Holy Rollers, 0 points for Las Putas del Fuego.
Okay, I have got a minor penalty on the Holy Rollers. Lacey Bones for advancing illegally around the pack to make a block.
Sorry, Lacey.
Oh, I'm totally the only person who did that today. Absolutely.
You're the only person that got caught. Oh, well, look at that. Just back from halftime, and it's time for a pillow fight.
We have a minor penalty on the Holy Rollers. Miss Lacey Bones for advancement. And it looks like Gnarly Carly is going to go up against Lacey Bones in the dreaded pillow fight.
Mm-hmm.
This is a favorite among the fans. Gnarly Carly getting a little screams from the crowd, and it has started.
I thought Gnarly Carly was a sweet little quiet lady.
It doesn't look like it. It looks like she's trying to smother Lacey Bones without the pillow, using only her body.
This is my favorite kind of surprise.
Lacey Bones is stuck under Gnarly Carly. Looks like she's getting some spanks, some pinches.
Noogies to the butts.
I mean, who knows really what goes on in the bottom of that pile.
It's really hard to say, but I am impressed.
Gnarly Carly's like, give it up, y'all.
Let's see what Spank Alley says. Spank Alley, what you say? As the Putas.
Husselpuff jamming for Las Putas del Fuego, and Prissy Galore is jamming for the Holy Rollers. A matchup we've seen a few times tonight.
Ooh, Eva
Picante.
Picante all over Prissy Galore. These Putas all over the Holy Roller jammer. Oh, man.
Yeah, it's time for the Putas to get
elbows and hands and all kinds of shit flying out of that pack. Look how slow they're moving. This is a really good, tight pack. Lots of walls.
Lots of defense.
Man, these jammers are having a hell of a time going through, and it looks like Prissy's trying to break through, and she is around. Who is that? Knockout?
In the front there, there's Bad Apple.
Ooh, she gets right around Bad Apple. I'm sorry. And there's a ton of people down in the pack as Husselpuff still fighting her way through this pack. Still trying to get out. I think she's finally made it. Prissy coming in to score some points. Ooh, nice.
Oh. Husselpuff giving the double tap to Prissy Galore at the rail there. Time runs out in the jam. That is 2 points for the Holy Rollers, 0 points for Las Putas del Fuego. Sabotage is jamming for Las Putas del Fuego. Candy Slam is jamming for the Holy Rollers. Sabotage starting half a lap back. Ooh, my goodness.
Candy just sprinted out of that pack, and so did Sab. Sab's in front of her.
Candy is reaching for her with her hands, which are illegal tools.
It looks like she tried to trip her, too. By any means necessary, ladies and gentlemen.
That's
any
right.
Any means necessary.
Oh
Ooh,
my
damn.
goodness.
Candy strategically calls it off. Before Sab can get in, that's 1 point for the Holy Rollers, 0 points for Las Putas del Fuego.
All right. I just want to make a special shout out. This individual did not have any penalties last year whatsoever, and she won our Mrs. Clean Award. Well, that streak is over. Sabotage, major penalty for advancement.
Candy Slam jamming for the Holy Rollers up against Rasta Fury, jamming for Las Putas del Fuego in place of Sabotage, who received a major penalty.
Oh.
And Rasta down in front, but she is back up. Jumping jack fast.
Oh my goodness. So if Candy Slam can get out and score a point, she's going to get an additional point for the ghost point that is Sabotage sitting out in the penalty box. But it does not happen. The jam is called off. Apparently Candy Slam was tired.
All right. In my time in Derby, I've never seen this happen twice in a bout, but we have Hispanic Panic for unsportswomanlike conduct. Major penalty, pushing a skater down after the jam was called.
All right, we had a major penalty on the last jam on Hispanic Panic for unsportswomanlike conduct. So we are seeing the Holy Rollers skating with one down. Like a Boss is jamming for Las Putas del Fuego. Like a Boss has made it out of the pack and is your lead jammer.
Man, and here comes Prissy.
Yeah, Prissy Galore is also out of the pack, and a line of Holy Rollers behind her, all going to run to try not to be a point
Well,
for
it
Like
looks
a
like
Boss.
it looks like the Putas have gotten, who is that, Lacey Bones?
Yeah, they have a goat, and so that's 2 points right there. One for Lacey Bones, one for Hispanic Panic, who's out in the penalty box.
She better call it off before Prissy comes in and gets some points, and she does. Boss calls it off. 2 points for Las Putas del Fuego, 0 points for the Holy Rollers. Hermione Danger jamming for the Holy Rollers up against Hustlepuff jamming for Las Putas del Fuego. Hustlepuff comes in super hot, but stops behind a wall of 3 Holy Rollers. That had to hurt. Hermione trying to get around Cooter, and Cooter giving her the elbow to the neck.
Cooter needs to be careful. She's already got one major penalty for unsportswomanlike conduct.
And you know, Hermione's already been hit in the face at least once, so
Allegedly.
So she says. Hermione trying to get her elbow on Hustlepuff, but Hustlepuff makes it past. Man, trying to get some noise from that crowd. We love little Hustlepuff here.
We certainly do.
And Hermione is out.
This is the battle of the little Harry Potter people.
Yeah.
Hustlepuff and Hermione Danger.
Dude, Picante is looking to give Hustlepuff a whip. Getting one from her, getting one from Rasta. Coming around. Oh! Right behind LB back. Calls it off. 1 point for Las Putas del Fuego. 1 point for the Holy Rollers. That was an excellent jam.
Yeah, it was. Janet is jamming for the Holy Rollers. Knockout jamming for Las Putas del Fuego. Knockout's been doing a lot of jamming tonight.
She has. Ooh,
Oh,
did you see
man.
Anita just knockout?
I totally did.
That was crazy. And Knockout trying to get
Oh,
low, trying to get
my
low.
goodness.
And she does. She gets right around. Where is her helmet panty?
That's a really good question.
That is not a good thing when they lose their helmet patty. I'm
She's
pretty
gotta
sure
find it.
she's got to have it on.
Keep going. She's got to find it.
Everybody is confused looking for the helmet panty. They're telling that Holy Roller Jammer just to keep going. Janet passing Knockout.
She can't call
she
it
is not
off.
able to call it off. Janet can score some points if she can catch up to this pack.
Cooter needs to look behind her and make sure she's ready to smack Janet.
Wow. Janet gets around on that one
Timing
foot,
was a
calls it
little
off. 2 points for the Holy Rollers and 3 points for Las Putas del Fuego.
Okay, we have a clarification of the rules here. Because Knockout lost her helmet panty before clearing out of the pack to make herself an eligible scorer, the points that the Putas scored will be removed from that last jam.
Prissy Galore jamming for the Holy Rollers up against Gnarly Carly jamming for Las Putas del Fuego. Ooh, Gnarly getting a little whip off of Picante, but right into the back of some Holy Rollers.
Yeah, it's important to aim your whips to the holes. Oh my goodness.
Man.
Holy smoke.
Knockout, knocking Prissy down. That was beautiful. But I think we've got these putas way too far out in front. That might be illegal blocking.
Yeah, since you're not allowed to block 20 feet out from the pack, you have to be really careful about your position in relation to the rest of the pack.
It looks like Gnarly Carling is asking for some help from a fellow teammate. She cannot get past this wall of Holy Rollers. And here comes Prissy. Whoop. Trying to get around. I think she went on the inside there, so she's going to keep going.
I'm not sure why Gnarly let the jammer
Gnarly
go.
is dirty, so she has to find the pack and correct herself before she scores any points.
She should have just blocked Prissy instead.
That is true. She should have. Rookie mistake.
That's all right. She's going to learn.
That gives Prissy 2 points for her Holy Rollers, 0 points for Las Putas del Fuego.
Well, I don't cheat, but Hispanic Panic's a good skater. She doesn't have to cheat. Neither does Anita Confess. None of these women have to cheat. It would be really great if they could just, beat me by being a better athlete, but I don't think they can do that, so they have to.
Do you want people to be clean skaters in roller derby?
I just would like the better athletes to win instead of the bigger cheaters.
We've been hearing that there's been some cheating going on in the Holy Roller bench.
Oh, you mean from the Holy Roller bench saying that the putas are cheating? Yes, the putas are cheating. Cooter got a major for pushing me down, and Rasta put me in a headlock because she was about to get owned by me, and she knows she got nothing.
She's got nothing?
She got nothing.
Are you going to put her in the round next quarter?
Yes.
Because she called you a cheater.
Oh, well, words don't really come easily to her, so.
Who would you like to just plant in the rail more than anybody else?
Every single Holy Roller.
Got something against the Plaid?
There's not one. Yes.
So some people over on the Puta bench were calling you a big old cheater.
Oh, yeah. When somebody's got my teammate on a headlock, I'm going to her up.
Sounds like there's going to be a lot more ass kicking coming up.
Oh, yeah. 8 more minutes of ass kicking.
This is the fourth quarter of Texas Roller Derby. We have the Holy Rollers versus Las Putas del Fuego. Rasta Fury jamming for Las Putas del Fuego in black. Candy Slam jamming for the Holy Rollers in white. Those jammers are wearing stars on their helmets. They're trying to break out of this pack, lap the pack, and the second time through, they're going to get a point for every opposing skater that they pass. They've only got 60 seconds to do it. Rasta Fury is out in front, but you notice she's hanging back. She has advanced around somebody, so she has to correct herself and try again. Meanwhile, Candy Slam in white has broken out of the pack, is your lead jammer. That gives her the advantage of being able to call off the jam by placing her hands on her hips at any time. So that looks like a strategic advantage that she's not going to require at this point. Candy Slam breaking through, passing some skaters, earning some points. Rasta Fury dropping back, still trying to correct herself. Candy is gaining on 2 straggling putas. We've got Knockout and Sabotage in the back. Sabotage makes her way to the front of the pack. Candy Slam gets railed by Knockout. Really nice move. Lois Slayan trying to get an elbow in. Time runs out in that jam. That is 7 points for the Holy Rollers, 0 points for Las Putas del Fuego.
Prissy Galore jamming for the Holy Rollers up against Hustlepuff jamming for Las Putas del Fuego.
Whoa!
Prissy she tries to go on the inside, and Boss stops her, but Hustlepuff is your lead jammer out in front.
Rallying the crowd.
Man, Boss is all over Prissy, not letting her out of her sight, and now Prissy is stuck behind a wall of putas. Meanwhile, Hustlepuff is coming in super hot, gets right around that wall of Holy Rollers.
My goodness.
And is on her way to score some more points. Let's see if Prissy can catch up. It looks like the Holy Rollers are going to try to run away. The putas do have 1 Holy Roller, though. Oh, it's Anita. That is 5 points for Las Putas del Fuego, 0 points for the Holy Rollers.
And Hustle takes a bow.
Yeah.
Like a Boss is jamming for Las Putas del Fuego. Hermione Danger jamming for the Holy Rollers. Like a Boss is feeling the fire tonight.
Dude, she's on.
Yeah, she mentioned at half that her skates are acting a little funky, but
that is not stopping her from becoming lead jammer. Oh, man! Dyer's Eve going in deep, but she is unable to stop her, and there goes Hermione.
So the Putas want to slow the pack down right now to make it easier for Boss to get in and score those points. Ghetto Star Galactica trying to juke with Boss. Didn't quite work out here.
Woo! Very nice. She calls it off. 4 points for Las Putas del Fuego, 0 points for the Holy Rollers. Candy Slam jamming for the Holy Rollers. Up against Rasta Fury jamming for Las Putas del Fuego. Ooh, Candy taking Rasta to the rail. Rasta glides ever so perfectly into that rail.
Ever so perfectly. Candy Slam gets more aggressive every year that we see her.
She just broke through Sabotage and Lois Lane in the front. That ain't easy.
No, it's not. That was really impressive.
And there they go. The Putas are taking off once again instead of helping Rasta get out of the pack, except for Knockout.
Knockout took out zero problem, so Rasta could get around her. That was very impressive.
She is wiggling, trying to break up this pack of Holy Rollers.
My
and Candy
goodness.
goes around. Look at Knockout. She's whippersnapper.
It's like a one-woman wrecking ball. I like her too.
Looks like Rasta is going to drop back with the rest of the Putas, and Candy Slam is coming in super fast. Let's see what happens here. Ooh, right into the back of some Putas. Not able to make it quite around. Man. Candy getting a little bit tired. She's still going to keep trying, getting some help from Panic. Ooh, wow, that is 6 points for the Holy Rollers, 0 points for Las Putas del Fuego. Hustlepuff jamming for Las Putas del Fuego against Candy Slam jamming for the Holy Rollers. Man, Hustle is like a little, what is that, pinball machine?
Yes.
She just shot out of there like dodging every jam. I can't even talk right now. I'm just so overwhelmed with Hustlepuff.
Doing the awesome things. Oh no, Gnarly Carly is hurt. She went down hard.
Oh man, knockout all over Candy Slam. Candy Slam finally making it out of the pack. Hustlepuff calls it off. 4 points for Las Putas del Fuego, 0 points for the Holy Rollers.
Mighty Mouse is jamming for Las Putas del Fuego. Hermione Danger for the Holy Rollers. We're getting down to the wire here. We've got under 4 minutes left in the game. So Putas got to turn them jets on fast.
And that's what Mighty Mouse just did. She turned them jets on, and she is out in front. And man, look at those Putas all over Hermione. And those Holy Rollers are fighting to get her out of the pack. Very nice assist by Rasta. Ghetto does not like that. She's trying to derobe her. Oh man, Attila just like hitting the crap out of Smitey. Smitey calls it off. 5 points for Las Putas del Fuego, 0 points for the Holy Rollers. Prissy Galore jamming for the Holy Rollers up against Hustlepuff, jamming for Las Putas del Fuego. Man, this pack is like so tight and slow this last part of the game. Hustlepuff makes it out, but she is dirty, so she's going to get back in there. But Prissy Galore is out and clean, and now your lead jammer.
That is unfortunate for Las Putas del Fuego, who have all but caught up at this point.
Ooh, man, Hustlepuff takes herself out.
That looks painful.
And those Holy Rollers are trying to keep back as many Putas as they can, hitting them as hard as they can with their shoulders and their elbows. People are falling down left and right. Anita gets low, takes Hustle to the rail, and it looks like Prissy makes it through once again. Prissy yielding something at the refs. I'm not sure what. Hustle can't. Okay, here she goes. Right around them Holy Rollers. Hustle has finally made it through the pack. Here comes Prissy. She's going to try to score a second round of points, but she gets caught up behind Picante and Sab. 3 points for the Holy Rollers, 0 points for Las Putas del Fuego.
Hustlepuff jamming for Las Putas del Fuego, Prissy Galore jamming for the Holy Rollers. This is just about the end of the game. We're down to the wire here.
Hustle trying to get through Attila and Lacey Bones back there, but she cannot.
Oh my goodness.
Dang. Prissy broke right through once again. And Hustle trying to get around Panic. Panic says, I ain't touching her, I ain't touching her.
It wasn't me.
It wasn't me.
Panic lets her go, puts her hands up, shows the refs she is not blocking illegally.
Ooh, Lacey Bones trying to rail knockout there.
Knockout don't have time for that.
She ain't got no time for that. Looks like the Holy Rollers are really trying to get a Puta behind him, and they're having a hard time doing that. Ooh. Heard that. 0 points for either team in that jam.
And the Holy Rollers take this bout 61-43. You helped lead the Putas to their championship last year. It was pretty exciting. So how was it for you not being able to get out there and jam?
It hurt a little bit, like I wanted to go jam so bad, but I was helping the line, and we have awesome jammers still. Hustle and Boss did the thing that they needed to do tonight, so can't complain.
What was the tension like? You guys haven't played the Putas since the playoff game last year.
Not.
No tension?
No, they seem to think that we have a rivalry that was started 9 months ago.
They're just crazy?
Well, for my 7 years, we have always worked with that team. Until it was decided that we have a rivalry. We just didn't let it faze us. Don't yell back. If they say something, just agree and move on.
You were a force out there. You were knocking people over left and right. It really seemed like the Putas were doing everything right. But the score just didn't really seem to reflect that. Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, we skated down, I think, 5 people by the second quarter. So, Hired Guns did a great job filling in. They were amazing. When you work with a team over and over again, that bond there means a lot. So when you have new people coming in, that can hurt. So I think a little bit of that, just not, having that cohesiveness that we're used to. I tried to do the best I could and be everywhere on the track, but it didn't quite work all the way.
So how was it coaching tonight? It looked crazy out there.
It was very frustrating because their team no fun, in our opinion. They're not fun to play against.
The Putas are not fun to play against.
They are not.
Why?
Because they're really dirty, and we're really dirty, but they're really dirty.
Just like a Puta to be dirty, huh?
Yeah.
You jammed a lot tonight. Now, that's a big role for any team as a jammer because you're the only one who can score points. Tell me about what it felt like to be given that kind of responsibility.
I was so terrified. I thought my heart was going to come out of my chest when I stood on the line. And when I saw Danger up there next to me, I really thought I was going to pass out. But I just said, move your feet, move your feet, move your feet. And kind of blacked out everything. And I mean, I don't know if I scored any points. I don't know.
That's what we call jamnesia.
So you scored 19 points tonight, I think.
I did?
19 or 20 points. Yeah, you're one of the top scorers.
Go me. Go me.
Go you.
I just saw Puta. I just saw points. That's what I was going for. I saw break the pack and go for points. That's all.
Well, I saw Boss on yo ass when you were jamming every time.
Can you blame her? It's a nice ass.
Well, that wraps up another exciting evening of Texas Roller Derby. The Holy Rollers come out victorious against the current champions, Las Putas del Fuego.
It was a hard fight, though.
It was back and forth. Weren't really sure who was going to come out with it.
The Holy Rollers took it. They're victorious tonight.
Thanks for joining us here on KCWX. We look forward to seeing you next time.